What is your answer to that? Why did you choose Dennis?
Mr. Speaker, sir, when you have got a number of children, you must balance in how you can love them. In that context, you can see that Jared is the person who has been driving me. Here is Dennis who has come. Because of that, I want just to show Dennis that I love him by sending that money. In other words, not loving because I sent the money. It is just to indicate that I must balance in my love towards my sons.
So you are showing love and trust, that you trust all of them.
I trust all of them.
And you love them, all of them.
And I love them equally.
And you continue to do that.
That's it, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Now, you were taken to task on the contents of paragraph 24 of your affidavit, and I would like you to look at that. If you remember again, your affidavit is at page 59, and I would like you to go to, I would like us to visit paragraph 24. Are you there?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Now, an issue was taken on the point you make that, and especially fees for his child, and I personally paid. You've seen that?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
What did you mean by saying you personally paid?
Personally, it means from my pocket to any other.
So your point is that the money that was paid, was used to pay your grandchild's fees was yours?
It was mine, that's what I mean.
And how was the money transmitted? How was it remitted to the school account?
I gave one of my sons to one that remitted the money.
So one of your sons went. But in the meantime, whose money was that son of yours taking?
One of my sons, Dennis.
Saying, so you've given your son to go and pay in the account of the school, isn't it?
Yes.
Whose money was your son carrying?
My money.
Yeah, okay. Now, I would like to move on to page 189 of the county government's bundle. And that is the Hansard, and particularly I would like us to look at page 190 of that Hansard.
Yeah.
Paragraph. Now, I would like could you confirm that it is not you, but rather is the deputy governor talking, starting from page? Could you confirm that it is the deputy governor talking from page 189 into 190, the paragraph that was read to you? Is it you or it is deputy governor talking?
It is the deputy governor, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay, and can you answer for the words of the deputy governor, or it is for the deputy governor to answer for
That's
himself?
why I was unable.
Yes, it is for him to answer. Now, I would like us to read the last sentence of the deputy governor's statement running from page 189 to 190. Could you read this last paragraph? And she told me?
And she told me, let us wait for the process, and if he qualifies, he shall not deny him the job. And the discussion ended there.
So the deputy governor is saying he talked to the managing director of the water company, and the managing director of the water company said, we await the process, and if he qualifies, we will not deny him.
As it is here?
Yes, it is there. Now, I want to take you back to, this is my last question, I want to take you back to the 28th, when you met. Wakati mulikuwa mnaongea kwa nyumba.
28.
Did you say 28th of May? Did you say, and I'm quoting the words you used, don't, I'm just reminding you what you said a few minutes ago. Did you say that the deputy governor told you there are factors that exist to get a job?
That's correct.
He said there are factors. There are factors, kuna vitu zenye zinahitajika ndio upate kazi.
Correct, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Is that consistent with what we've just read at page 190 of the Hansard?
That's it.
That the director said it depends on whether he qualifies.
Those are the factors, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to leave my re-examination there. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir.
You done, Counsel? with the witness?
Yes, I'm done, Mr. Speaker, sir.
So for this particular witness, I want to give a few senators to seek clarification. My dashboard is full, so I'm kindly requesting whether we can agree, we do it 4-4, both sides, so that we can make progress. We start with Senator Oroba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to Joseph. You said you have 6 sons. You have 6 sons, yes?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
And your wife is the biological mother to all of these 6 sons.
Ask through the speaker so that he can respond to you. You know you.
Okay. That is one of my questions. I'd like to know if your wife, who you're referencing, is the biological mother to all of the 6 sons, including Dennis. And my next question, Mr. Speaker, goes to Senior Counsel. Senior Counsel, I don't know whether you are conversant with Article 76 of our Constitution. In reference to page 61 of the DG's volume, page 61, from paragraph 24, 25, and 26, where we have been subjected to this relationship of 2 personal friends who are giving favors to each other in form of soft loans. My question to Senior Counsel in relevance to Article 76, where it highlights that a public officer should not use his office in any manner, particularly financial sense, on soft loans to erode the public confidence in favor of a personal interest. Would you agree with me that from what you have showcased here, particularly page 61, 24, 25, and 26, that the Deputy Governor has actually gone against Article 76 of the Constitution? And finally, the last one, Mr. Speaker, on the issue of the money being transferred, my question is, why didn't the Deputy Governor just withdraw the cash and refund directly?
Oloba, you are 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Yes, continue. There are 2 questions. One to the counsel, the other one to the witness.
Mr. Speaker, sir, as it has been raised, Dennis Misati is biological father.
So let us not introduce new things which were not in the, some relevance which were not on the presentations. So I want you to avoid about those biological issues you have been asked to do. Yeah, because they did not arise, because they are seeking clarifications. No. Proceed with answer any relevant question that you have been asked. But about the children and whether they are biological, no.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you very much to have saved me that way. It's only that to bring who's the mother, who's the father.
The second question was directed at me in terms of the provisions of Article 76 of the Constitution and the need for propriety of conduct by. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, sir, can I proceed? Thank you very much. In terms of the question as to whether the Deputy Governor conducted himself properly within the intention of Article 76, our answer is that he completely conducted himself properly. It is our understanding, first of all, we are not making an admission that this money was meant to make any influence. It was a mere refund. It is our position that borrowings between friends is not prohibited by Article 76. It is our position also that if it were to have been the case that it was meant to be a bribe, yes, that's when you can invoke Article 76. But our position is that it was not a bribe, it was a friendly loan between the two of them, and it was a refund that was happening on the 28th of May. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Let's have Senator Wabua Enoch.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Speaker, I have three straight questions to the witness.
Take your 2 minutes.
Yes. Speaker, yes. One, Mr. Witness, what was the role of your sons in your visit to the DG's home? Because they have accompanied you, they have stayed away from you, and you've gone back, they have not even heard what you have discussed. What was their role in that visit? Secondly, to the best of your knowledge, is there a personal relationship between your son Dennis and the DG? And when you are sending him money, allegedly, to send to the DG, did you also give him the DG's cell phone number? Number three, is it your evidence on record and on oath that your son has cooked up a story to malign a person that he has no personal relationship with? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Witness.
Mr. Speaker, sir, for the love of my children, I usually move with them when they are at home or when they are in the weekend together when we want to visit any other friend. Number two,
Get the other questions. So Senator Zeta has avoided so many questions to the witness because
the
maybe,
second one was what?
No, maybe you can write down even one word so that you remember. But the assistant there can be able to assist. Not necessarily the counsel, but the assistant who is standing by the witness can just record what has been asked. Yes, Senator Ombo.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I also want you to guide us in this proceeding, whether it is actually right for the counsel to coach the witness when we seek clarification from him.
What I've directed is that the assistant, the counsel's assistant, to note what the senator is asking so that you can give to the witness. That is why you are standing beside him to support him on any material that he is asked to do.
And for avoidance of doubt, Mr. Speaker, I wasn't guiding him. I was just reminding him what the second question was, being whether there's a relationship with the deputy governor.
Can you ask the second question?
It is perhaps the most important. To the best of your knowledge, is there a personal relationship between your son, Dennis, and the DG? And when you are giving him, when he was being given the money to send to the DG, was he also given the cell phone number of the DG?
Yes, proceed and answer that question.
Mr. Speaker, sir, through me, all my sons, including Dennis, we have got relationship with the DG. Number two, the man which was sent to my son, Dennis Misati, to forward it to His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, it's me who gave him his number, the deputy's number.
Okay, that's okay. No, he has answered that. He gave you had 4 questions. Which other one? And let us just do 2 questions with the 2 minutes. Because we cannot restrict 2 minutes to the senators.
But Speaker, how you deal with your 2 minutes is your problem. If I can ask 20 questions in 2 minutes.
What I mean is that if we give the senators 2 minutes,
Yes.
then the witness 20 minutes.
So if there's a problem with the witness answering questions, that is
so-
not my problem.
So
it is his
kindly
problem.
ask your last one.
The last question was that whether it is your evidence on record and on oath that your son, Dennis, has actually cooked up a story to malign a person that he has no personal relationship with in the name and character of the DG.
Mr. Speaker, sir, according what His Honorable Senator has said, and if I can also summarize what's going on, my son was lured, intoxicated with some of the people to use him to fail the deputy governor. And that's why my son, after I paid school fees, he stayed at home for 3 to 4 days, and the vehicle came to collect him. Where they went with his wife, I cannot tell up to now.
Next is Senator Mohamed Chute Said.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I have 2 quick questions for Mr. Misati. My first question is, do you have, if he has any documentary evidence that shows that he has borrowed the money from the deputy governor, the 600,000? My number 2 question is there any contribution from his son, Dennis, in regards to the payment of the 600,000 shillings paid to the deputy governor? Thank you very much.
Okay, witness, respond.
What was the second? Mr. Speaker, sir, as usual, for friends, unless that much or money is a loan, in most cases, Mr. Speaker, sir, I don't have any evidence as he gave me the money because of the trust.
Second one, the second question.
What? Okay, Mr. Speaker, sir, I think I've not gotten the second question. It will be easier for me.
Give Senator Chute the mic, kindly. Give Senator Chute the mic.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The question goes to the witness. I'm asking the witness if there are any contribution that was made from his son, Dennis, in regards to the payment of the 600,000 shillings paid in form of M-Pesa or cash to His Excellency, the Deputy Governor. Thank you very much.
Yes, proceed and answer.
Mr. Speaker, sir, they said 600,000. It was never sent from me to the DG. It was the DG who sent me that money to me. Therefore, Dennis' contribution is not there.
Senator Sifuna Edwin.
500.
Mr. Speaker, I was really looking forward to an explanation from the witness as to why it was necessary for the money that was sent from Dennis to be sent by Dennis, because it went from the mother to Dennis to the DG. If indeed it was a debt, it would have been sent direct either by him to the DG or the mother to the DG. But he has made something very curious comment that it was for his own financial management. That is what I want him to clarify for me, because it doesn't make financial sense for money to move through those 3 stages incurring transfer charges. What do you mean by your own financial management? Because it was a direct transaction. You should just have told your wife, send to the DG. I want to understand that explanation that you gave witness.
Mr. Speaker, sir, if I can go back, I think I was asked, since I had more than 500 in my account, why I never sent the money in whole, the 500,000. And that's why I mentioned that I have what my financial management, that if I move from here, the other bag is this side. In connection, why the money was never sent direct from my wife to Rich's M-Pesa is this. My wife doesn't have the number of the DG. That's why
Give the witness time to answer the question, kindly.
that's why, Mr.
Continue
Speaker, sir.
answering. Answer.
That's why, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Answer. Are you through with your
I
answer?
continue?
Are you done? Yes, proceed.
Yeah. And that's why I instructed my wife to send the money to my son, Dennis, so that we can continue with other processes.
No, but you are on the queue. You're on the queue. On the same, a follow-up question.
Just one clarification, Speaker, so that we don't lose that trail of thought, because the witness says that the wife could not send the money to the deputy governor because the wife didn't have the number. But I also recall that he has said that Dennis himself did not also have the number of the deputy governor. So he had also to send the number to Dennis. Why was it then difficult for him not to send to, it was easy to send to Dennis and very difficult to send to the wife? So just that what.
Senator Medu, are you asking me or the witness? Okay, witness, proceed.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. You know, every person has what his own ways how he operates. And that is the best way I operate it.
Okay, thank you. Let us, Senator, order, senators, order, senators. Next is Senator Cheptumo William.
Mr. Speaker, I have only one question. That the witness went to visit the DG with his sons. And Mr. Speaker, from the evidence, the sons sat far from where the DG and the witness were conversing. I want the witness to confirm to this House that there was no discussion at all about the support of the DG to secure a job for Dennis.
May I proceed, witness, answer that question from Senator William Cheptumo?
Mr. Speaker, sir, kindly and humbly come again.
Senator Cheptumo, frame your question in a way that you think you can understand faster.
Okay, Mr. Speaker. Okay, let me say, Mr. Speaker, the question I want to find, I want to ask the witness, is that yesterday, Dennis confirmed that he accompanied him to the DG's house. And today again, the witness confirmed that he visited the deputy governor with his sons. And confirms that the sons were sitting far from the two, that is the deputy governor and him. My question to the witness is to confirm to this house that you did not discuss anything about the support of the deputy governor to secure your son, Dennis, employment in the county government. Is that clear now? I believe so.
Very clear, Mr. Speaker, sir. In our social discussions, including the refund of the 500,000 and a request, like any other person, that my son had applied for the job of Wasco, the commercial manager, I just conversed with the DG about the same issue.
Senator Maruma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's just about the visit of Mr. Misati and the sons to the DG. Yesterday, I thought that the sons were kept away from the DG and Mr. Misati because the sons were not familiar with the DG. But when Mr. Misati was answering the question by Senator Wambua, he said that my sons are familiar to the DG. So my question would be, why were the sons kept away from the discussion between Mr. Misati and the DG, and yet they're familiar? What were they cooking? What are they asking? Thank you, Chair.
And senators, I can see a trend that some of the senators are trying to jump the queue. Doing a follow-up of the question, that is, you are now becoming more technical, but you can answer that one. Answer that question.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the senator has said that yesterday my son Dennis indicated that there is no familiarity with the deputy governor. And today I've said that we are very familiar with the family of Dr. Monda. And by indicating that if we were, or if we are familiar, why was it that I was seated far from my own sons if there was anything cooking? Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg and to say there are some things when you have got some discussions, you cannot include your sons. And there was nothing was cooking.
Okay, Senator Sige, again.
Thank you, Speaker. My first question to the witness is, there's a lot of information that differs from the affidavit you gave under oath then with the information that you're giving under oath today. So my first question is, were you lying then or are you lying now? My second question is, In the evidence you gave about the transaction on the 28th of last year, the 28th of May, you say that the reason your wife sent the money to your son is so that Dennis can run to an M-Pesa point and withdraw because the DG requested for cash. Now, at the beginning of your testimony, when you're being introduced, your counsel asked you to tell us what you do. You said that you own an M-Pesa business. My second question is, why would you say that your son did not find any M-Pesa branches open to withdraw the cash, and that's why he sent it through the phone, when you own your own M-Pesa business, which you could have withdrawn from there through your son? And my last question is, Mr. Speaker, I want the witness to agree with me that the DG has higher financial capacity than he has for several years within their friendship. He has earned more than Mr. Joseph. So my question is, are you giving testimony that may differ between your affidavit and today because you might be weary of the well running dry in terms of the favors that you receive, financial favors from the DG through your long-term friendship? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Witness.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, sir, the first question, although I never got them all, the senator said whether I were lying or I'm lying today. That's no. The second question, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Senator, she has said that if I am operating the M-Pesa, why didn't I send the money direct to the DG? One, my M-Pesa balance by that time had no such balance. Two, because the DG wanted money in cash, that's why I opted the money to be sent to my son Dennis so that we can go to the nearest shop to withdraw, but unfortunately, we found that the shops had closed.
Have you answered the three questions?
The third one, it went out of my, the third one, please.
Speaker, the third question that I asked is for the witness to agree that the DG has more financial capacity in terms of earnings and has had so for a long time in their friendship. And therefore, is he concerned that without his testimony today, trying to help the DG remain in office, that the well will run dry in terms of the favors, financial favors that the DG has afforded to the witness in the past?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Honorable Senator, it will depend, as you are all here. It doesn't mean that when you are a senator or you are a DG, you have got a lot of money. Most people, they always operate on loans. If there is any person if there is any person I know that is struggling on financial crisis, is my friend DG.
Yes, next is Senator Tabitha Mutinda.
Asante Bwana Spika. Bwana Misati, Waswahili walisema ujuaye uchungu wa mwana ni mzazi. Na walimba wakasema mtoto si nguo utanunua, utaomba mtu. Asante. Niulize leo ndugu yangu, nini hicho kilifanya mwana wako Dennis ambaye ameishi miaka 13 Nairobi aweze kuuza ile biashara yake na kuletee zile fedha? Swali la pili, katika ile biashara yako ya M-Pesa, katika zile transaction inaonekana ya kwamba ulituma zile 1251 kutumia simu yako ya rununu. Nini hiyo ilifanya zile pesa zilizobakia zile 1249 ziwe lazima zipeane katika kitita cha cash? Asante Bwana Speaker. Pesa taslim.
Yes, Mr. Witness.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Nafikiri umeelewa Kiswahili vizuri.
Hiyo.
Haya, endelea ujibu.
Yeah, I've gotten the message. In the question of, amesema ya kwamba, if I cannot translate that one, the person who knows the business of the child is who? Ni mzazi. And I've indicated very clearly and stated earlier that my son has been away for the last 13 years and above. Okay? Even during that time, although there was rare communications, I used to send him some money for his upkeep, even if I don't have the documents to support that. And by saying that he sold his own saloon, as indicated, that one I can say he had no saloon.
Witness, kindly answer the questions that you have been asked by the Honorable Senator. Within a minute, just answer the question directly without circumventing a lot of explanations. But it is just a direct question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Then, if it's alleged that he sold his goods or his saloon, where he took the money, I don't know. Question number 2. What is it?
Mr. Witness, that question was never asked by the Senator. Can you repeat your question for record purposes?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me just use the English language and just ask Mr. Musati the reason as to why your son sold his business in Nairobi, the salon business. But I think, Mr. Speaker, he's also answering and saying the son did not have any salon business. Let me take the answer like that. And so maybe you can answer the second question, Mr. Musati.
Ask it.
Refresh the question, please.
Yeah, my second question, Mr. Musati, was the first transaction that you sent to the DG was 251 in M-Pesa. And how comes you had to to give the DG cash, the 249 that your son had to run around to look for money to be able to give it cash, yet the first batch was given on M-Pesa? What was wrong in still sending the 249 via M-Pesa? And you had said that politicians do not have money. Is it the case that your good friend was looking for money from you?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. In our discussions, when we were together with DG, I told him that I've got some money from my account, which was, I remitted that money 70 times 3 plus 41, which came up to 251,000. In our discussion now, according to what the DG conversed to me, he told me that he needs some cash. And then that's why I instructed my wife to send it to Dennis so that we can look a way how we can encash that money from any nearest M-Pesa.
Senator Muhaji Mohammed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to refer the witness to page, page 65 of the bundle, the DG's bundle. I see you transferred 70,000, another 70,000, another 70,000 on the same 28th. And you had a handsome balance in the account. Why didn't you transfer the whole 500,000 that evening through your account? Number two, you said this debt which you are paying to Mr. Monda was contracted in the year 2022. Or isn't that so? When
Yes,
was your last time you visited Mr. Monda before he went to his house on 28th of May, 2023? Thank you.
Answer the two questions.
The two questions, okay, the first loan, the whole amount. Why I never sent the whole amount? Because I had a balance of more than 1 million. And I think, Honorable Speaker, I indicated very clearly that the much money I wanted to withdraw from my account was 251 reasons for financial management. The other money, which was in my wife's M-Pesa, is the one I wanted to send to my son, then to encash it. Second question, I now got it. The third one is when I was last went to DG's home. That one is very difficult to answer because I don't write the dates, but I frequently feast him when I invite him, or I book appointment when he's at home.
Senator Mudigi Alexander.
Asante Bwana Spika. Swali langu kwa Bwana Miseti. Bwana Miseti, vile nakuona na vile unaonekana umekomaa kabisa. Wewe ni mzee wa kijiji, wewe ni mzee wa kanisa. Kwa hivyo tunajua kuna mambo ya wazee na mambo ya familia na mambo ya rafiki. Swali langu, kama wewe ni mzee kabisa, kuna mambo ya kijana na bibi yake, kuna mambo yako na bibi yako, na kuna mambo ya deputy na kazi yake. Wewe kama mzee ambaye unaweza kuunganisha watu, ndio hii mambo isikunje hapa, kwa sababu ni kesi, ni mambo ambaye ingetatuliwa hapo mbeleni nyumbani, kwa sababu ya urafiki na mambo ya familia. Ulisikua hatua gani kama wewe ni mzee? Ndio mambo isiende kwa county government na ikuje hapa mtafute ambaye hata unakumbuka Biblia inasema watu wawili waweze kutembea pamoja kama hawaja kumbaliana. Ndio isifike uweze kusaidia kazi ya governor, kwa sababu inaonekana kazi ya governor iko hatarini na mambo ya familia iko hatarini. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. I answer that question.
Let him first answer the question, then
I think that's a very good question to me. And I think I indicated very clearly that some of the issues after paying school fees of my granddaughter, things started changing as from 6th January to 13th January. Now, I think I paid school fees on Monday, following the 6th, that's Monday. After paying school fees, my son brought some shopping, which was equivalent to 13,000. Then I told him that the 13,000, I cannot raise it now. If it were possible for some of your brothers, they can assist you. Let me just look for the 500 to buy the essential things. Meanwhile, because books are needed, we can borrow books for my granddaughter, which I did on the Monday. After doing that, the person who brought me the books, I told him to take to my son's house. As he took them there, the person whom I sent there, he told me that, I am sorry, my cousin has bought all the books. Now I was wondering what has happened, where did he get the money? Now, after he escorted his daughter to school, he stayed only for 2 days. And within those days, from 6th to the time he disappeared, he showed like somebody who has got a lot of money. You know, when you have got money, you are change of style of walking, you are change of style of eating. And then I was surprised where this young man got the money from. Only to find that the boy or my son.
Witness, I think you have answered the question.
Disappeared.
Yes.
After he disappeared, that is why I was unable, Honorable Senator. I would have, if he would have come to me to know what he was conspiring, we should have been in the same page.
Senator Kinyua, what is your point of order?
Asante Bwana Spika kunipa fursa hii. Bwana Spika, hii ni nyumba ya kumbukumbu. Na tumekuwa na kikao kama hiki tukijadili mswada kama huu. Na nakumbuka ya kwamba maswali ambayo tunapaswa kuuliza Bwana Spika ni ya ufafanuzi mahali ambapo hatujaelewa vizuri. Bwana Spika, lakini maswali mengine yanayoulizwa ni kana kwamba sisi tayari tumekata kesi na mwelekeo ambayo tunataka kuchukua. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, nakumbuka vizuri kwa sababu hii ni nyumba ya kumbukumbu. Na Spika mwenzako alisema vivyo hivyo kwamba maswali tunayouliza yanapaswa yaelekezwe kwa ufafanuzi, lakini si kuonekana kana kwamba tayari tumechukua msimamo na mwelekeo ambao tunao. Bwana Spika.
Kinyua, mimi nikiwa hapa kwa hiki kiti sijasikia maswali kama hayo unasema yameulizwa. Kwa hivyo mimi vile yale maswali hawa majanji wanauliza ni yale maswali yatawasaidia kukata kauli mwisho ya hii sehemu. Now let us have Senator Ososi. Senator Mudigi, you're out of order. I will throw you out of this house, Mr. Mudigi. Mudigi, out of order. Mudigi, resume your seat. Senator Mudigi. Senator Ososi.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to ask the witness in his affidavit that is on page 59 of the defense. It is stated that one of the things he has said that we asked each other possible favors, and this includes favors like helping each other look out for jobs, education opportunities, and other social welfare openings for especially our children. This reference to looking for jobs, it is which jobs? Can you tell the House which jobs were you looking for your children?
Mr.
Yes,
Speaker,
proceed.
sir, I proceed? Mr. Speaker, sir, like any other person who has taken his children to school, and because of scarcity of employment, is not a crime, or if it's not, because I'm not a lawyer, to discuss social life like the way of looking jobs. Number two, if you have seen that educational opportunities, I can recall when my children were in high school, others in universities, the DG and his wife, they usually came one of my fundraising for the education of my children. That one is also, I think I've answered that one.
Senator Chalagay Samson.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, mine is three questions. Mr. Misati, have you in any way are you only friends with DG or you are also business partners, number one? Number two, you have said politicians normally are financially strapped or struggle, which I agree to some extent, but some are well-oiled. Have you ever, in any point, like yours truly, have you ever, in any point, funded any of the campaigns in the DG Monda's political career? Number two, or being part of his campaign? Number three, Mr. Speaker, in this M-Pesa sending, were you sending money to Dennis Misati out of affection, love, or you are assigning him responsibility? Because I want to know, because you are saying you are sending to him to show to him that you love him. But again, you are giving him responsibility to send the same money to the DG. And finally, are you aware of allegations of bribe over 800,000? Is it 800,000 or is it 600,000? Can you differentiate the same? Are you aware of the bribe of 800,000 or you are only aware of 600,000? Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes. Mr. Witness.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I think the first question was that are we friends or do we have a business in partnership? Before I retired, I was having shops of agrovet. And during that time, the DG was also having a shop at Kisii. Therefore, he was supplying me with goods to sell, then I want to refund. Indeed, we are friends, but we are not partners. I don't know, Mr. Speaker, how much money is being used for campaigns. And if you can look at the much we have been transacting, was very little money. And then if I can say, I have never funded the DG's campaign. What is this?
Last question.
Okay, the third one, Honorable Senator, because of the language, but I can just combine it. I sent the money because of love to my son and at the same time responsibility. The third one, if I'm not wrong, about that, am I aware about end bribe? I've gotten the figure of 600, 800. It's only that I learned this issue of bribery after the impeachment, that my son and I went to the DGs to bribe him. Opposed is the case. If I can say about the 600 and 800, the 800 I learned from after impeachment. The 600, the senator has indicated, is the figure is there, yes, but this is the money the DG gave me and I'm yet to refund. 500.
That's okay. So, honorable senators, we and both the teams from the DG and the County Assembly of Kisii, we are breaking for lunch at this hour 1 up to 2:30 p.m. So we'll be resuming exactly at 2:30 p.m. So, upstanding honorable senators, it is now 1 p.m. time to adjourn the Senate. The Senate therefore stands adjourned until today, Thursday, 14th of March 2024 at 2:30 p.m.
Why wait for a special occasion? Every moment is a pizza moment. No matter the day, no matter the occasion, the Pizza Inaweza deal is sure to elevate every moment. Save 52% and enjoy a medium-sized pizza with a 350 ml soda on the Pizza Inn Kenya app today for 495 Kenya shillings and get so much more. Pizza Inaweza add flavor to every moment.
Tonight, the House overwhelmingly voting for a bill that could ban TikTok over national security concerns. In a bipartisan vote, the House passing legislation that would bar TikTok, the video sharing app with 170 million users in the U.S., unless its China-based owner sells the platform. But will it pass the Senate? We're at the Capitol. Also tonight, the major winter storm. It could be the worst to hit the Denver area in years. We're tracking it. The news on Boeing, the NTSB saying security video of repair work on that door plug before it blew off in midair was erased. The judge in the Georgia election interference case dismissing some of the charges against Donald Trump. Why were they thrown out? The U.S. deploying Marines to Haiti as the country spirals into violent chaos. And the best-selling author airlifted out, his harrowing escape. The new test for one of the deadliest forms of cancer. NBC News investigates an Oklahoma town divided.
You were a leader in an Oklahoma chapter of a white nationalist organization, and I want to know if you have any explanation to that.
The city official at the center of a firestorm and ringing in spring, the phone hotline that will lead you to the most beautiful sights of the season.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening and welcome. The end of TikTok as we know it in the United States may be closer tonight after the House of Representatives passed a bill that could impose a ban on the hugely popular video sharing app in the U.S. Concerns over TikTok's Chinese parent company and a potential national security risk carried the day in the House. The bill approved on a 352-65 vote, with one Democrat voting present. In all, 50 Democrats and 15 Republicans voted against the bill, which now heads to the Senate. TikTok, which denies its service as a spy tool, claims 7 million small businesses and 170 million American users. And in a statement urges the Senate to consider the facts, listen to their constituents, and realize the impact on the economy. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson applauding the vote in a statement saying it signals our resolve to deter our enemies. NBC's Savannah Sellers has details.
The bill needed 2/3 of the House to pass, and it got that easily.
The yeas are 352, the nays are 65.
Now it goes to the Senate, where it will likely face a tougher road. If signed into law, it would give Chinese parent company ByteDance just 6 months to divest TikTok or face the possibility of a ban on the app. The legislation prompted by national security concerns, including fears the Chinese government could access Americans' personal data and feed them content that would influence their views.
Our intention is for TikTok to continue to operate, but not under the control of the Chinese Communist Party.
50 Democrats and 15 Republicans voted no.
It's an overly broad bill that I don't think will withstand First Amendment scrutiny.
It's opening Pandora's box, and I'm opposed to this bill.
Aligning with former President Trump, who once tried to ban TikTok, but now says he's against that. TikTok fighting back hard, even flying creators to Washington.
Hello, this is my son.
Jason Linton shares his life as a dad with his 13 million followers.
What would it mean for you and your family if TikTok were to be banned in the U.S.?
It would be devastating. Being able to just launch out a positive message would be completely stopped.
Wish it was a bad dream, but it's not.
JT Laybourne uses TikTok to promote his clothing company.
Do you think this could impact how people vote?
100%. There will be people that will not be reelected because of the way they choose to vote on this ban.
TikTok says it has 170 million users in the U.S. According to an NBC News poll, 22% of voters say they use the app once a day or more. The potential political fallout with those young voters not lost on some senators.
Cutting out a large group of young voters is not the best known strategy for re-election.
Republican Mike Gallagher, one of the bill's sponsors, says that's not a good enough reason to ignore a looming national security threat.
I don't think courting the clicks of 17-year-olds should take precedence